All right, this is my daily update from my build and public log. Let's get into it. I have some interesting stuff to share that I played around with this weekend. But first, what I did was I finished this. I got this deployed. This is like a really, really basic open page, just to show off like basic stats for now. Um, how many agents failed, revenue, which is zero, unfortunately. Uh, I should probably redo this. This is confusing, but like this is daily signups, and then this is like total signups. Yeah, it's confusing. I need to fix that. But anyways, the idea is you'll be able to see like hopefully a hockey stick. Yeah, I mean that's everyone's dream. But and you'll be able to see like numbers going down. Like for example, number of agents failing. You want that to go down. You don't want that to go up. Hopefully you want this to go. But anyways, this is going to be a work in progress, but I just wanted to get that done. I created a new logo. I have a new logo. Uh, I don't love it, but good enough for right now. I tried to make it represent like code, like as much as possible, because it's called Agents Code. A little boring, a little simple. The homepage needs a lot of love. Um, it needs a proper logo. I'll do that later. What did I play with? So I've talked about this in past videos. I need to start doing a lot more marketing. I read a really good quote on X this last week that I really think there's a lot of truth to this. The quote was something like the best founders and entrepreneurs I know are the software engineers who learned how to be good marketers. I think that's absolutely true. A lot of the successful, you know, indie hacker, solo entrepreneur, influencers, or whatever you want to call them, on X and social media and whatnot. Those guys are all really good at marketing. That's why you're following them. That's why you see them on social media. That's why they're successful, and you kind of have this escape velocity once you build a big enough audience and you're popular enough. Any kind of half-ass thing you build, you'll make money because you just have such a huge uh, you know marketing ability. Like just think about it. That's why a lot of celebrities now are like traditional celebrities who would do like commercials and endorsement deals. They're just starting their own businesses because a bunch of these actors or celebrities, they're like, well, why am I going to do like do ads and commercials and shit and movies when I could just make it I could use my fame, start a business, advertise the business. I mean, this is yeah, business 101. So I'm not a marketer. I suck at marketing. I've built a big audience before, but just like running ads and paying a lot of money. So I'm not a marketer. I'm trying to figure that out. So the thing I played around with a lot this weekend was making like, because I don't have a huge budget to go find influencers and pay them. I think that's I think that's still valuable. But now I'm an AI company making AI agents. I need to make an AI influencer. So I experimented with a bunch of tools this weekend. See if I can make an AI influencer. But what I'm really interested in, which I played around with the most, was not just like making pictures of like a person, but doing videos because I want to do like YouTube short TikTok type of videos that are just like really bite sized. Hey, look at what you can do with agents. Here's an agent that works. Here's an agent. Just like like knowledge sharing, little tiny short videos. I want to do that, but I worry that um I'm not pretty enough. Like I mean, really, I'm not trying to be. I think there's really truth to that. Like. Uh, Popular influencers are really attractive people for a fucking reason. Like, let's just be honest. That's like a hot girl who's telling you about AI agent stuff. That's gonna catch a lot more eyes than me. Like, I'm not trying to hate on myself. I'm just being like brutally honest here. So I experimented a lot with um making like a really like a pretty attractive woman who will talk and like, say a script and shit like this. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do like a good looking guy too. It's not just gonna be like a hot girl. It's like fake people. You know what I mean? And I will try with myself, and I'll do like some tests where it will be the exact same script. It'll be me, like a kind of super beautiful AI version of me. uh, I know, like a really like pretty girl. I'm gonna try to like look at it with intuition and try to look at data. But you know, I don't want to be doing this. Like, I think this is lame. I think this is like a little dystopian and weird. But like I was having this conversation earlier. You gotta play the game. This is what the competitors are doing. This is what's working. Why try to be a fish swimming up river? You know what I mean? Like, it'll be much easier if you just follow, what works. So I don't know. These are all early tests. I'm trying to find a tool. The tools I tried, they weren't super expensive, but they were pretty bad results. And the one tools I found that claim to have good results kind of have steep learning curves. They're really expensive. We'll see. And I don't know if I'm really going to do this. I'm just playing with tools and thinking about doing this. I would prefer to just go with me and like actually like try to add value and like I give free tools away, which is coming up soon, by the way. I want to do it like that. Like I just want to really build cool shit, really add value, give some free tools away, a lot of knowledge. So I'm going to try that first. But like you also got to try this. Like the eyeballs are on TikTok, the eyeballs are on YouTube Shorts. You gotta be playing the game, unfortunately. So, anyways, what do you think about that? Should I try to do that? Is that lame? I don't know. Let me know if you have any thoughts or opinions on that. No questions or comments. Yeah, moving on to my random story for today. I was talking to somebody earlier, I think a few days ago, about this. I I grew up in a family that is a baseball family. We have a long history with the Los Angeles Dodgers. My grandpa, he was a fan since they moved to LA from New York, so in the 50s. So long time, multiple generations of Dodger fans. And I was telling this guy about this. I went to the World Series in 2017. Now, I'm not a huge sports guy. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I always told a family member, look, um, if they ever go to the World Series, I'll take you. So they finally went to the World Series, and I kind of had to honor that agreement, or at least I wanted to. And so I was in Colombia at the time. We were watching, it was a struggle to find a place to watch the playoff games. I was watching with anticipation. They kept winning, 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 and I went, oh no, I think they're going to go to the World Series. They went, and I was like, oh my God, now I have to fly to Los Angeles somehow to go see the World Series. I'll never forget, I bought two tickets from, I think it was Cartagena, Colombia, to LA on Spirit Airlines. So it was something like, you know, Colombia to Miami, Miami, Florida to Los Angeles. And it was really cheap, but Spirit Airline, if you're not familiar, Spirit Airline is like the Ryanair of the US. It's like it's one of the like really garbage, bottom of the barrel, cheap, cheap, cheap budget airlines in the United States. I don't know. I think it was like $500 for two one-way tickets because it was me and my girlfriend at the time. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That's a pretty good price. One way, boom, boom, done. So we are at the airport, and I mean, we're sitting there like at the gate. We checked out of the hotel. We went to had all my luggage. She had her stuff, and uh, we were at the actual gate waiting, and they're like, it's delayed. Ah, shit. It's delayed. Okay, well, no worries. We're going a day early. Fine. We get there late. We're gonna be there the day before the World Series. So I'd bought tickets extremely expensive tickets. I think the most expensive thing I've ever bought in my life, minus a car, was tickets to this game. So, I mean, this was really serious investment. Okay, we're waiting, and then finally they go, the airplane's broke, and they're not going to send a replacement. You're going to have to come back tomorrow, try again tomorrow. The way it all fell, if we were to come back tomorrow, we would not make it to Los Angeles. So we had to be there. It was not an optional thing. It was like I have no choice to be there. And I remember everyone was in the line and complaining, and everyone was trying to get tickets. And I was like, I turned to my girlfriend. I said, "We're fucked. We have to get there. Like, there's no other option." Like all these people, we were way in the back of the line. I was like, what are we gonna do? By the time we get up there, all the tickets and everything are gonna be gone. And she's like, well, I don't know. What do you? Maybe we should. She was just like, yeah, I don't know. We wouldn't make it if we went the next day. So I got on my phone. I was like, I'm gonna have to buy two new tickets on a different airline. Like straight up buy two tickets one ways, like last minute for right now. She's like, are you kidding me? I was like, what choice do we have? They're not Spirit Airlines isn't gonna do anything. They're gonna fuck us. They're gonna be like, yeah, okay, well, come back tomorrow. There's nothing we can do. It's like they don't have other flights out of here. I have no choice. So I think I got like Copa Airlines, which is like the big air, like major, non-budget carrier airline for like Latin America, Colombia and stuff. So I had to buy two one-way tickets for thousands of dollars. I had no choice. So I'd already spent the money for these two flights that were just canceled, and now I had to just pull out my credit card and just buy two on the spot tickets. And that meant we had to stay at the airport, but we had to get our baggage and like go back through, check in, go to the capital, Bogota, and by that time it was nighttime. We had to sleep at the airport. Oh my God, it was so miserable. And we had a like really early flight, so we found a quiet place in the Bogota airport. Just tried to sleep as much as we could. It was a long, exhausting day. Then we got another flight. I think it was straight from Bogota straight to LA. And by the time we landed, we were exhausted beyond belief, like so exhausted. We got to LA, we checked in, and immediately went straight to the stadium. And I'm not even joking, it was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. They went to like the 13th inning or something insane. It was like two games in one. I think it was like a 4 5 hour game. It was back and forth, way extra innings. And it was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. But holy shit, was I tired. We were both so wiped out after this. It was a hell to get there. But it was one of those like immovable things. You have to be there. Like there was no not getting there because I spent all that money and I had the tickets. The third person wouldn't be able to go to the game without me. Like it was an unmovable thing. I had to be there. So that's probably the most expensive thing. Well, it's one of the most expensive things I've ever paid for was going to that one single game. Two separate flights, free tickets. And the guy I was talking to was at the game after the one I saw. So they went to Texas after that, and he was at that game. And he's like, "Oh, I got it for free from somebody." So it's like, wow, you have no idea what I went through to go to that game and how much I spent for it. What a ripoff, It's a shame it's so expensive. Like I wasn't wanting to spend that much money. Like seriously, it was one of those things where if you really want to go, you're gonna have to pay that much money and go through this much pain. And don't be. So, what is the moral of the story? Don't be in Latin America if you have to be somewhere the next day. And just, like, really, give yourself a lot of extra time. Don't just go. Yeah, we're gonna show up that morning and go. No, don't do that from Latin America. Like, go way early. So, anyways, that's all I got for today. See you tomorrow.